What's up? What's up? Billy Carson here, aka Forbidden Knowledge. Let me see who's in the chat right now. What's happening? All right, first live stream. I see somebody say first. They caught the first live stream. All right, D-Lo Music. All right. Well, thank you for joining us tonight. What's up, Kathy, Shalonda, Tom, Lisa, Margarita, Patrick? Everybody's in the house tonight. All right, we're gonna have a great one. We're gonna be talking about the power of manifestation and how to let it go, how to put the energy to the universe and release it. All right. Thank you so much, Tom. I appreciate you coming on and dropping that that donation so fast. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. All right. So we're on quite a few platforms right now. We're on YouTube, Twitter. We're on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Facebook accounts. And we're going to have a powerful one tonight. We're going to have a great talk tonight. It's going to be an amazing night. We have Austin Alchemy coming on, an amazing music producer. This guy's work has been heard literally all over the world. And his work has been, not only is he an artist, but he also has provided tracks for other artists that have produced content that is playing in global distribution. And I have also collaborated with Austin Alchemy for a lot of the meditation tracks that you hear on Forbidden Knowledge TV. So without further ado, we're going to bring on Mr. Austin Alchemy. What's up, man?
What's good, Billy? How's it going?
All right. Yeah, it's been a good minute. Good to see you again.
Yeah, man. You too. Definitely, man.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
very honored to be here. So thank you.
No problem. Thank you, brother. Thank you. And so for those of you who don't know, another little tidbit of information about Austin Alchemy, if you remember when we had the Rolls-Royce raffle, this is the gentleman that actually won the Rolls-Royce. His name is Austin Nelson, which was like a huge surprise. And so it was pretty amazing that you won the Rolls-Royce on that raffle, which is, we're going to touch on that tonight. All right, we're going to touch on that tonight. I want everybody to go ahead and click that like button. Make sure you like and subscribe. All right, make sure you click the like button. On this YouTube account. There's also a little bell. But besides the bell, if you're not getting the notifications from that bell, which sometimes for some reason, those YouTube notifications could take hours, sometimes days to even show up, I'm going to put my cell phone number in there. Text me at 954-245-0086. Text 954-245-0086. And you'll be added to my list. When I go live, I'll send you a text message. I just dropped it in the comments, in the chat, in the live chat, I'm sorry, and also in some of the comments of Facebook and wherever you see it. If you're on Twitter, you can't see the live comments or the live chat. So again, it's 954-245-0086. Make sure you send me a text message. You'll be added to my notifications database. And again, we're getting into doing giveaways again. So we're starting with our giveaways. So you want to be on that texting list because I'm starting back up the giveaways. All right, 954-245-0086. Just dropped it in the live chat one more time. We've given away MacBook Pros. We've given away the actual Macintosh computers with the big screen. We've given away laptop PCs, Apple TVs, and Rokus. So, we're going to start those giveaways again. Actually, coming up next week will be the first week of refreshing and restarting doing our giveaway. So I'll ask you to ask me a question, and some of the best questions or some random best question that I answer, you may be the person that wins. Or sometimes I'll ask y'all a question and see who has the answer first, and that person will win, which we've done this quite a few times in the past, but it's time to bring it all back. So Austin, what have you been up to, man?
Oh, man. Besides just living life,
Nice.
I dropped my album Reflections back in March, late March.
Nice.
And that was a project, man, I'd been working on for years. I mean, I could honestly say it was a lifetime project for me. But yeah, I started back in like 2019. So Reflections, that was an album. I was just really expressing the struggles I'd gone through, but also as a means to empower and inspire others to overcome those struggles. But I've been through that, just working, on client projects. And also I actually have a program I'm in the process of launching called the Alchemy of Attraction, whereby so basically guide you on how to build and strengthen your mental health in order to manifest spiritual wealth. So a lot of the processes that I use to manifest the Rolls Royce Raffle, the 88K. I'm going to be showing a lot of steps in this program and guiding people, more so in a one-to-one way, as well as kind of a group mentorship program. So yeah,
Beautiful.
that's what I've been up to lately.
Yeah, a lot, man. These are great projects. One thing I like when I go to your Instagram account, and I'll put your Instagram account in the caption of this video as well. It's just Austin Alchemy on Instagram, right?
Yeah.
Austin Alchemy. So make sure you guys follow Austin Alchemy on Instagram. One thing I noticed on your Instagram account is, we've had talks off camera, especially when you were winning, you won the raffle and we were talking about doing a podcast. And I called you to congratulate you and everything else. And you told me a little bit about your backstory. And I was like, based on what I see on your social media account versus what you were going through, it tells me a lot about your character, because you're putting out straight positivity nonstop on your social media page, nonstop inspiration, nonstop positivity, even though there's things that you were going through. And it just proves that you can be going through things in life, but also still maintain a positive mindset, an inspirational mindset. Can you talk a little bit about that and how you were able to stay so positive?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a very transparent person, and I feel like just being vulnerable is really key. I feel like that vulnerability is a part of the humility, right? It allows us to basically go, wow, this person is authentic and I'm not trying to fake it. Like, that's not how I am. So for me, I've been through a lot, like being homeless 3 times. And during those situations, as scary as they were, as hurtful as it was just to go through that, I also knew it was like, okay, I have a choice. I can just sit here and, go down the abyss of, oh, woe me, and be a victim. Or, I could just sit in the pain and be like, all right, this is it. And then manifest, thinking, okay, where do I want to be? Well, it certainly isn't here, but this is where I'm at right now. So I have to accept it. And, having gone through a divorce and living with my grandma at the time, which, bless her soul, I'm so grateful she allowed me to be there, but it was a very tough situation. And I have my days, man, like, I'll be real, man. I have my days where it's just like, man, is this even worth it? Like, oh my God, like, how much more can I keep doing? I can't. But then I just had to remind myself, I'm like, okay, knowing how I am, it's very easy for me to just go down that path of, oh me, oh gosh, why is this happening? And so I just realized, okay, I have a choice here. Yeah, I either go down that path, or I go down this path of knowing I am abundant, knowing that, everything is working out for me in my favor. It might not feel like it in this moment, but I know and trust, I have faith that this is all for a divine reason. And yeah, in those moments, I couldn't see that reason. I just know, this is the moment whereby this is going to propel me to a new place in my life. This is an opportunity for growth. And so that's just the mindset I had. But again, I can't lie. There were moments where I just wanted to give up. There are moments within this last year, even this year, I'm just like, man, but that's just, that's like that little ego tempting you to replay that old story, that victim mentality. And rather than just like freak out and try to shut it down, go, oh no, it's a negative thought. It's like, okay, you know what? Let's just sit with that. Let's just say, why am I feeling that way? And reflecting on it and realizing this doesn't mean anything. Like, this isn't the thought I want to have. So in those moments, I just select, all right, I'm going to choose a positive thought. And I repeat to myself all the time, like, everything is happening for me in my favor for the highest good. Because that's the story I want to tell myself. That's the story I want to create for, and that's the story I want to have other people create for themselves too, because living with a victim mindset, like, that's not going to bring you abundance, not the abundance we want. It might bring you an abundance of misery having that mindset, but if we want an abundance of bliss and joy, then we got to learn to reprogram our mind. And so for me, that's my goal. That's my mission.
Yeah, that's powerful. You said so many key points there that people really need to listen to. What he's saying is, he also has bad days. There's times where things are not going as planned. When you get blindsided by life, when you get punched in the gut and you get doubled over, right? But what he's saying is, he sits back and he processes those emotions. He doesn't ignore them. He doesn't block them out. He doesn't act like they didn't happen or don't exist. And he also didn't take the victim mindset. This is really important in manifesting a positive life, because you can also manifest, as he said, a negative life. You can actually be in a position where you are bringing in more low frequency and low vibration things happening to you consistently. You ever seen that problem? They have a problem. You ever seen those people? I'm sorry, they have a problem for every solution. And so these people, every time you talk to them, it seems like there's always more negativity and more negativity and more negativity. That's because they are actually manifesting that negativity. They're bringing it into their life. They're collapsing it into their reality because of their mindset and taking those victim mentalities, taking that, oh, I give up and I can't take it and the pressure's too hard. Instead of sitting back and processing the emotion, letting it flow through you, and then finding out, what can I learn from this situation? What knowledge can I glean from this? How can I become a better person? This happened to me. Okay, this happened for a reason. What is the reason? How can I process this? How can I now know when this situation occurs again in the future, what not to do so I can go above that level to the next level? Because this whole matrix is about playing levels like a video game. And so this is why what Austin is talking about is so potent and powerful, because if you're paying attention to exactly what he's talking about and what he just said, being homeless, right, 3 times, getting a divorce, that's like losing your family, and all these things that have happened, and then all of a sudden still finding the power, the self-empowerment. You see, what's key, what I like about you, Austin, is you didn't wait for someone on the outside to come in and empower you. You self-empowered yourself. You sit back and talk to yourself, which is the person that's giving you the best advice, and you said to yourself, hey, process this, and now let's learn from this. This current situation isn't my only situation. There's a lot more for me. There's a lot ahead of me that I can manifest into my life on a positive side. And you grew past that. And, and I've seen the growth in you since the time that you won the Rolls Royce until now. And it's just an amazing thing to watch, man.
Man, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, man. That's the thing. It's like too many of us are waiting for some outside entity to come save us. Call it whatever you want. Some call it Jesus. Some hope it's the E.T., Enki, or whatever. It's Buddha, whatever it is. People are waiting for some entity to come save us. And if we listen to all their messages, you are the only one that can save yourself. It's only you. And it's like, when you understand quantum physics, you realize there is nothing out here. There is nobody else. It's just me. And like, I was one of those, I was hoping, like, oh God, I hope something takes his pain away and takes his trauma away. But though I intellectually understood things, and I had gone through phases of my own awakening, it really wasn't until like I went through my divorce where it was like, oh shit, like I have to do something. Like I can't rely on anything or anyone else anymore. It's up to me. And you just got to realize, like, you have to take your life seriously, and you got to take it. You can't take it for granted, and you can't be sitting here hoping and praying that some miracle happens outside of you. Go look in the mirror. You are the miracle. Like, you are the savior. It is you, and no one else is going to come and take that pain away, no matter how much. Like, you can have Yeshua right here in the flesh come right down and be like, hey, what's up? And even he can't do it, because you have to make the choice. It's like me and one of my friends, we've been talking about this idea of free will. And it's like, is free will even, is it real? Is it an illusion? And it's like, you have the choice. You can make that choice, and that's only you. And then you let go. And now it's outside of your hands. And that's kind of how it was, with manifesting the Rolls Royce. It's like, I had the intention, I made the choice, and then I just step out of the way. And I don't even allow my human self to interfere with that process. And once you do that and you detach from it, oh man, sky's the limit. It's infinite, man. What can happen?
There's so much power in that. There's so much power in that. And I like what you did, because I remember, when I first called you and said, hey man, you just won the Rolls Royce raffle, right?
Yeah.
And 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 it was amazing because you said, "Wow, I bought the ticket. It was my last $50, and I said, I want to win this car, right?" And you released it. You just let it go. You had forgotten that the raffle was even going to end. When months had gone by, obviously, but you had kind of really put it out of your mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's the power of releasing.
Yep. Exactly. Like I forgot. And then, it's one of those things too. It's like when you told me, it wasn't a feeling of like, oh my God, I can't believe it. It was like, oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah. Right.
I didn't know that's how it was gonna come. I had no
Yeah.
idea how. But I know, like, after doing, the inner work and the affirming to myself every day, using the law of assumption, the law of attraction, I just knew at any moment it can become a reality because I've been visualizing it. I've been imagining, I've been tapping into the feeling and allowing those emotions to become my reality. So it's like when you let me know, it was like I wasn't.
Yeah, you weren't like, "Oh my God, I can't believe I won." You were like, "Yeah, okay, that's great news, man." You were like, you were happy, but you weren't like, "Oh, I can't believe it." You were like, "Yeah, okay." Like you knew, what I'm saying? Like that phone call should have came in and you should have been the one that won that. So that was amazing. That was really powerful because I was like, wow, this dude's got a really powerful mind. And I like the fact that you released it. So many people make a bad mistake in manifesting where they're working on manifesting something or there's something that they want to manifest, right? And they chase it and they chase it and they chase it. So instead of manifesting, they're chasing something, and so they're chasing it. And when you're chasing, you're not attracting. All right. When you're chasing, you're not attracting. You must attract. Manifesting is about attracting. It's not about chasing. And so that's where a lot of people miss the boat a little bit. And it's nothing wrong with it. It's just that they just didn't know that, when you're on that mindset of desperation, that mindset pushes the manifestation further out. It pushes your blessings further out because the universe is taking desperation as a low frequency. And that low frequency is going to give you back low frequency stuff. So the universe, the law of attraction, manifestation, it works in both ways, good or bad. Good stuff typically comes from high vibrational mindsets, affirmings, assumptions, and positivity, unconditional love, service to others. But also you can get the bad part of manifestation and the bad part of law of attraction where the negativity or low vibration. You may say, I wasn't being negative. Desperation is a low vibration. The universe is going to read the vibration that you're at, and it's going to respond with that vibration right back like a boomerang. So in the desperation mode, which is the chasing mode, chasing after money, chasing after opportunities, chasing after that, when you should be attracting it. And that's the difference between, when people are not seeing some of the things they want coming into fruition versus a person that's attracting and living and embodying that power and letting everything fall directly towards them. And that's what you were doing.
Yeah, man.
I remember when I called you and told you that you won the car. Now that car, for you to actually accept delivery of that car, you would have had to pay taxes. Even though it was a free car, you have to pay your state taxes for the tag and license. Yeah. And they based it on the average value of the car. So that would have been, I don't know, $15,000, $20,000 probably.
Yeah. I was like, shit, I can't do that right now.
Right. So what we did for all you guys who are listening right now, we decided to help Austin out and we sold the car for him since I already had possession of it. No need to try to force them out to find money for their state taxes for registration and title. So we sold the car to a exotic car dealer. And after taxes, he ended up with $88,000. And we sent that wire right to your bank account, did we not?
Yep. And I actually, right up there.
There you go. Oh, wow. You got it on the wall. Wow. That's the donation check that we sent him. That's incredible. You got it up there. Yeah. Wow. It's on your wall. I love that.
I did that, I was like, man, what do I do with this? And when I moved into my new place, I was like, I'm putting that on the wall. Not as a means to show off, but to remind myself during those days when I feel low, when I feel doubtful, when I get up in my head, to look there and be like, yo, you did that. That's what happened when you just go and stop worrying. So for me, it's like, that's a daily reminder right there.
Yeah. Yeah. And what impressed me too is what you did when you got the money. You didn't go blow it on foolishness. You know, you got yourself. If I can remember correctly, you said you got yourself an apartment. You moved to Austin, Texas, at that time,
Yep.
which was kind of funny because your name is Austin. So Austin moved from California to Austin, and got yourself an inexpensive car, and invested money into your business.
Yep. Yep. That's it.
Incredible.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Now, why would you take that money and invest it into yourself that way versus just, hey, this is free money. I just want to piss it away.
Yeah. For me, like, I just don't think that way. Like, I do, like, I don't mind the material life, I mean, hey, I'm a human, come on, but for me, it was like, okay, in this situation, though I was very thankful for my grandma to allow me to stay at her place, it just wasn't conducive. I did not feel in my heart that I was meant to be in California anymore. I had no car, I had nothing, I had debts, I had people I had to pay money back to. So for me, it was like, okay, I need to take care of those things, and I need to take care of myself. Like, what good am I to helping others if I'm in a situation in which is causing mental anguish? Though I was keeping a positive mindset, the energy itself where I was at just wasn't conducive. So for me, it was like, okay, I'm going to invest in myself. I'm going to get a home. I'm not going to go spend crazy amounts and go get an actual house. That just wasn't feasible. As much as I wanted to buy land, that also wasn't feasible. So I was like, okay, in the meantime, I'm going to get myself a little mini home base. I'm going to get a cool car. It wasn't the exact car I wanted to get, but I was like, it's all good because I still love the car. I love my place. And I just had to follow my heart, and just coming to Austin. That's what my heart was calling to do. And investing in my business, it was like, that's a no-brainer. I was like, I needed to update my equipment. I needed an actual place where I can really record my music, how to get a new laptop. Everything was like basically on the verge of breaking. So it was like, I need to update. And, I invested in, a little bit of crypto, invested into Forbidden Knowledge Inc.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hey,
Yeah.
absolutely. So, I just had to take care of myself, first and foremost, because it's like, I look at it, being able to take care of myself first and foremost allows me to be able to help take care of other people. So that's just, that's my mentality with it. There's no need for me to go, buy excess shit I don't need. Like, that's just not how I am. I don't need it to be acknowledged. I don't need it to be like, yo, I'm cool. Like, man, this is the only freaking thing I'm gonna rock, this Ankh right here. Like, to me, that's my chain, like, so that's just how I am.
And I knew that, but I wanted you to say it because I want the people that are on this live chat and are watching this live video to hear it from your own mouth. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That when you bestowed an incredible blessing and you were in a situation that was not quite the situation that you desired to be in at the time, the blessing came to relieve you of the pressure and the stress and move you into a better situation, take you on your next journey in your life.
Yep.
Don't spoil it.
Right.
Don't piss it away. Don't disrespect it, right?
Yep.
Don't think, take it for granted is what I'm saying. Don't take it for granted. See it as an opportunity for what it is to get you to the next level and to take advantage of that. He could have easily said, oh man, $88,000. I'm living in grandma's house. I don't got no real bills. I can go get me I'm gonna go get me a brand new Lexus, and I'm gonna go get me a nice gold chain, and I'm gonna take some women out, some honeys out on some nice dates, right, or whatever, right? But you didn't do that. You said, man, this blessing came down. Now, how can I maximize this? How can I turn this money into more money so I can sustain and take care of myself in a way that I feel I deserve to be taken care of, so I can continue to manifest abundance into my life? How can I multiply this? How can I create abundance with what I've been given? Yeah. And that's the mindset. So I want people to listen to what you just said, because it's really important, because I've seen so many people get blessings just dropped into their lap, and then they just literally take it for granted and piss it away. I've seen it happen so many times over the last few decades. It's just like mind-blowing. Right. So I really feel, a lot more respect for you, the fact that you took the money and you actually did the right thing with it. You didn't destroy it. You didn't, run off and go crazy, which what a lot of people would have done. The average person that wins the lottery is broke within 3 to 5 years. a lottery winner usually is broke within 3 to 5 years. But you had discipline, you had mental discipline, right? And you did what most people would never do. You invested some of it. Some people would have been like, I got to hold on to every penny because if I don't, it's going to disappear. But you actually invested some of it. You upgraded your living situation. You got yourself a vehicle so you can continue to manifest more abundance. And you did everything right, man. So hats off to you, man. I'm really impressed with what you've done.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. And you know, it's like if I'm in the situation I'm in now and that money came, it's different. Like, because even like I'm a very giving person, like I really am, man. And it was a little tough for me. I helped out some family members, but it was tough for me because I'm such a giving person that I just wanted to give. I wanted to give to my friends, my homies, like, yo, here you go. Let me take care of you. But it's like, yo, I realized, what good is that going to do if I'm back in the same situation? Like, it's just not. And I've seen a lot of, you know, we know a lot of these famous celebrities that happens to, where they blow all the money because they're hooking up all their friends and family. And on paper, yeah, that looks great. But at the same time, we can't lie to ourselves. There's a very thin balance sometimes between giving out of our heart, but also giving out of people pleasing and codependency. And, you know, that's where a lot of us sometimes just blow that money just like out of that guilt, where you're like, oh man, what's he or she going to think of me if I hold this money? So, hey, here you go. And, you know, like for me too, like you were saying, it's just, you know, you can't come at it from a desperate place, you know, to touch on that again. You know, so being in a desperate place, it just is not going to do you any good. And it's just like having a man or a woman who's constantly needy, like, hey, baby, what are you doing? Baby. It's just like eventually that neediness pushes you away. And that's what happens with our manifestations when we're so needy and like, where is it? When's it coming? You know, like, hey, Billy, can you help me with my manifestations? Like, hey, bro, hey. It's like, oh, God, all you're doing is pushing it away. Like the universe is going, okay, nope, you're not ready. So, you know, just wanted to touch on that.
No, you hit it right on the head, man. That's exactly what happens. And people, you know, need to really understand the power of letting go, you know, sending it out to the universe, putting action behind the thoughts as well, because action is important. I try to tell people there's a formula to manifesting, right? An actual real formula. And I'm going to talk about a lot of formulas in my upcoming workshop, my Supermind workshop. I'm doing a Supermind code workshop with 19 keys in a few weeks. Okay, I'm going to teach people how to unlock the Supermind codes. And one of them is this formula, right? Which is CT multiplied by A equals M. And that's an actual Supermind code that I came up with. And that is conscious thought multiplied by action equals manifestation. And that's a real formula. And if you follow that formula, you'll be able to bring things into your life that most people would have thought was impossible, right? And so, but these codes, fortunately, people like you and others, naturally, it's innate, it's just inside of us. And we follow these codes without really fully maybe understanding or knowing them specifically. But, you know, we've read about them, we've studied manifestation, but some people just get it quickly. And some people need a little bit more help. That's why I do these classes, because some people, they need a little bit more time to have that epiphany, like, oh, I understand better now. And that's why I do these workshops and these classes. And we have a few of them coming up very, very soon. I know you've been in some of my classes before as well, Austin, which is, you know, and I appreciate you for that. Thank you.
Thank you, man.
I'm going to drop a link in the comments real quick. I'm just going to pull up one right quick. Let me log in here and drop a link to the Supermind Codes workshop, which is coming up in just a few short weeks, actually. It'll be myself and 19 keys, and we're going to literally teach you how to unlock your Supermind codes. And it's going to be a mind-blowing experience. And while I'm putting up this link, don't forget we got the Forbidden Conscious Awards coming in July 30th this year. Austin, we got to get you down to the Forbidden Conscious Awards.
Man, I know. I got to get there.
Yeah, red carpet event. It's going to be a mind-blowing event. I'm going to drop this commercial for the award show real quick while I get some links to the Supermind Code podcast. Hey everybody, it's Billy Carson, also known as Forbidden Knowledge. I want to talk to you about a very special event coming up July 30th, 2023. the Forbidden Conscious Awards, the first annual event of its type. We're going to honor people who have been contributing to the conscious community for decades. People that you know and love that have helped you get to higher levels of thought and consciousness and awareness. And guess what? It's time to give them their flowers while they're still alive. It's going to be a live in-person event, but seats are going to sell out very fast. You want to make sure you're there in person for this amazing level event. It's going to be above the Oscars, above the Grammys. And guess what? You can help vote for the winners. Voting is available on forbiddenknowledge.com. And the categories are going to be social media influencer, podcast/radio host, TV host, actor, director, producer, entrepreneurs, health and wellness, philanthropists, authors, field researchers, archaeologists, space anomaly hunters, and of course, a Lifetime Achievement Award. And you want to be there in person because I'm going to be speaking. That's right, I'll be your keynote speaker that night at the Forbidden Conscious Awards. If you want to come to a mini conference, this is the place to be because I'm going to give you the knowledge that night, as well as performances. We have celebrity guests performing. We'll have a halftime show where we're actually going to perform music for you. And don't forget about the pre-event mixer, where if you buy a box seat, you'll be in the VIP section, and you also have private access to a VIP mixer with celebrity guests. Shake hands, break bread, network, and then walk the red carpet with us and take amazing photos. It's going to be a night to remember. You don't want to forget this. And you help vote by going to forbiddenknowledge.com, go to the Conscious Awards link. You can text in a vote for who you want for any category, as well as if you're out of the country, you can use the web form ballot to still vote for anyone you think is worthy of being honored that night. Make sure you hurry up and get your tickets because they're selling out very fast. I want to see you there. Forbidden Conscious Awards 2023. All right. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be an amazing ceremony. I'm looking forward to speaking. I'll be the only speaker that night. So if you ever want to come see me speak in person, you got to be at the Forbidden Conscious Awards. All right. Yeah, it's going to be powerful, man. And we got to see what we can do to get you down there, Austin, because it's going to be amazing. Donnie Arcade will be there, Dame Dash, Cruz. I know you work with Cruz quite a bit. And Kambada, Black Magic 363. I'll be on stage performing as well. It's going to be one of those great nights. So looking forward to it. Guys, make sure y'all get your tickets to come down. This is an amazing first event of its type, and it's going to continue every single year. So, yeah.
I'm gonna manifest. I'm gonna get there. That's for sure.
You're gonna be there, man. I'm gonna make sure of it. All right. And guys, don't forget. So people asking in the comments about these Supermind codes coming up with myself in 19 keys. All right, there's the banner right there. And I'm gonna drop the link right here in the comments. Make sure you register for this event and learn how to unlock your Supermind codes. It's gonna be an amazing workshop that you don't want to miss. It's 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Okay? 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be dropping knowledge back to back to back, teaching you all the codes that are already embedded in your DNA and your consciousness, and how to unlock them, and how to hack your life, how to create your reality, how to become a better person, how to live at the highest level. That's what we're going to be teaching. We're going in depth and deep, deeper than you can go on any of these other platforms. It'll be an exclusive workshop, and I'll drop the link one more time. It's on eventbrite.com. If you can't see the link, if you're on Twitter and you want to attend this, go to eventbrite.com and type in Billy Carson, and all of my events will pop up. Make sure you guys are there. This is going to be a powerful workshop, one for the ages, one that you'll never forget. You'll be able to pass this knowledge down generation after generation after generation. You don't want to miss it, all right? Unlocking the Supermind codes for myself in 19 keys. Again, I just dropped the link in the comments. Don't miss it. All right, after the commercial break, we're back. So, Austin, you know, I know you're a student of learning about manifesting and positivity and inspiration. What are some of the top things that you try to impart on people in terms of positivity and inspiration and motivation?
Yeah, man. Man, where do I start? Well, first, like one of the things I stress a lot is like something you talk about too, man, that we are always manifesting. Like that's happening 24/7 regardless. Like it's just facts. It's part of the laws. So we are always manifesting. The choice is, what are we manifesting? So for me, I try to drop that knowledge of just, affirming the story that we want to create, affirming the life we want to create. Because again, we are always using affirmations. Like a lot of people go think, affirmations, oh, that's just BS, it's just pseudoscience. Like that statement right there is an affirmation. So we are always affirming to ourselves. And it comes back to, what do you want to affirm? And if you want a better lifestyle, one of abundance, one of joy and bliss, then you got to start affirming that story as if it is already happening right now, which is why you want to use I am statements. Some don't resonate with that. So there's different alternatives you can do. And another thing, I try to talk a lot about is just breath work and regulating the nervous system. Someone, who's gone through trauma, when we go through trauma, we go through those hardships, it causes certain neural pathways to just go haywire. So breath work, meditation, these actually reprogram our mind and change the neuroplasticity of our brain. It creates new neurons. And when these new neurons are created, and you're basically creating new cells through breath work and meditation, boom, you're changing your life. Like you are literally shifting in to another person, to another reality. Yeah, you might look like the same to some people, but the overall aura and energy changes when you're regulating your nervous system. So for me, like reminding people of these things, reminding people that, look, every struggle, every challenge we go through is an opportunity for growth. Don't freak out, like just because it might appear like we all have our lives figured out. We have challenges that we go through. It might not be every single day because, when we are creating a new life and raising our vibration, we are mitigating those struggles and challenges, but shit pops up and you got to learn to navigate through that rather than freak out. Again, to be vulnerable and honest, there are days where I do freak out by it and go, oh crap. And I get in my head and get worrisome and then got to pull myself out. Rather than be a worrier, I got to be a warrior. And that doesn't mean I have to fight against myself. I'm not fighting against something. That spiritual warrior is just going like, hey, you know what? I got this. I'm going to shift into a new reality. Let's go. And so, yeah, man, I'm just always trying to inspire and empower people because, it's very easy to just talk about the problems. It's very easy to just talk about all the chaos and the shit's going on in the world. And every time we turn around, it seems like there's a new dramatic story happening. So for me, it's just, let's create a new world and let's create a new story. And the only way we can do that is by changing our mindset, because what you believe is what you perceive. So your beliefs are going to be reflected back to you out in this external world. So you just got to get clear on what it is you want to see. And you got to get clear on what it is that you want in your life and then start acting upon it as if it's already happening.
Exactly. Powerful, man. Really powerful. And so I pinned this one comment up here, which is these stars from Light Up the Darkness. And, the reason why I pinned is because what you're talking about is how to light up darkness. Right. That's like literally what you're saying. You're talking about when the darkness comes, how do I become the shining light that allows me to see my way out of this darkness? And one thing I say a lot is, you probably heard me say this before, this room right now I'm in is well lit, right? And there's no way I can insert darkness into this room to make the room go dark. Like there's nothing I can turn on dark to make the room go dark. My cell phone screen is dark, but the room is still well lit. Right. However, if I turn all these lights off and let the darkness come, and then I take this same cell phone and just turn on the camera light, the darkness will flee from that light. The tiniest pinprick of light will make darkness flee. And so people who feel like they're completely encumbered by darkness and everything is going wrong and they're buried in all these issues and all these problems, all they have to do, and Thoth talks about this in the Emerald Tablets, is focus on becoming the light. And the darkness will begin to slowly flee away from that light, because light always beats dark. The light will always beat the darkness. Light, those photons coming out, those biophotons that you're generating and sending out into the universe, is creating a pathway for you. You become the beacon. You become, the watchtower. And I think people need to understand that, again, it goes back to taking a journey to inner space and becoming that light versus waiting on something on the outside to come and be your light for you. You know what I mean? You become the lighthouse. And then what's beautiful about when you become the lighthouse, like you, Austin, you're a lighthouse now. And because you're a lighthouse, other people that are in darkness, way out there in the deep, they can see your light. They see that beacon of light on the shore, and they follow that beacon to the shore. So you're also becoming a guiding light. So when you become the light, you illuminate, and people who are looking for the light can see that light from far off, and they track right to it. And so it's a beautiful thing, man. People need to understand we're all supposed to be the light, and we're all supposed to seek the light. And once we gain the light, we're supposed to then share and spread that light. And that's what it's really all about. And that's what you've been doing, via your music and your social media. All the music you put out is positive, uplifting music. So make sure you guys go to Spotify, Apple Music, go to Tidal, or Deezer, any music platform, and look up Austin Alchemy, and please stream his music. It's amazing. Thank you. Man, for sure, definitely. Yeah. And so I know you talked a little bit about your projects that you have coming up now, but one thing I see you doing is I see you becoming, you're teaching through the music, which I love, but I see you speaking. I see you being part of workshops, classes. I just see you because, man, you just have this posture about yourself. Have you thought about doing classes, workshops, things like that?
Yeah, absolutely. Probably for the last 10 years. Like, I'm 31 now. I had my awakening when I was 17. By the time I was 18, 19, I knew. I was like, I'm going to be performing my music. And then during that time too, I'm going to be speaking. I'm going to do presentations. I'm going to travel the world, perform music, and do workshops. That was my mind. But I had a lot of blocks in my way still, and that imposter syndrome. Oh, I'm not good enough to teach. And it wasn't until recently where I was like, okay, it's time. It's time to start putting all this knowledge and wisdom into a program. And after that, my next step is to start doing workshops on, the law of attraction, manifesting, and healing trauma. And that's definitely a goal of mine. That's for sure.
Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We got to take one more quick break because I want to give people an opportunity to take advantage of what you took advantage of. We had the Rolls-Royce raffle, and you actually won it. How long ago was that, Austin? How long ago was that now?
It was February 21st last year.
Okay. All right, cool. And now we have the Mercedes-Benz AMG raffle, where we're giving away a Mercedes-Benz AMG. It's a 2020 Mercedes-Benz AMG. I think it has 12,900 miles on it, a bumper-to-bumper full warranty. And unlike the Rolls-Royce, I think a lot of people can actually afford to keep this car. So because of the warranty and everything else and the pricing. So it's going to be a great car. I'm going to show everyone real quick and also drop a link in the comments as to where you can get your raffle ticket for the Mercedes-Benz AMG giveaway that we're doing right now. We're going to keep giving away cars. We're giving away an Audi A4 at the Forbidden Conscious Awards to any random person sitting in the audience, and the car will be there with a bow on top. So people need cars. People like cars, and so we're going to continue to give away cars. But check this out. Here's the Mercedes-Benz AMG. I just dropped the link in the comments. All right. Make sure you guys take advantage of the opportunity. You're talking tonight with Austin Alchemy. I'm talking with Austin Alchemy, an actual winner of the raffle that we did with the Rolls-Royce. And you can see he's got the check right above his head. It's on his wall there. We sent them a bankware, but that was like a there you go. It's like, you know, when you donate money, you know, you have the big check. We wanted to make sure you had the full feeling of, you know, being a winner.
Yeah.
And so we're going to do the same thing with the Mercedes-Benz as well. And just so that you know, guys, whoever wins this, we ship it anywhere, wherever it's supposed to go, wherever you live, we'll ship it to you. But yeah, it's an amazing opportunity. So I'll drop the link again in the chat. It's the Mercedes AMG raffle.
I just want to say, man, I think it is so just amazing and beautiful that you do this for people. Besides the wisdom and the knowledge you drop, to be able to just give back like this, man, it's amazing. Like I want people to realize like what you're doing. Like people, I think, take it for granted, and it's a beautiful thing because there are people who, you know, there's celebrities and other people, you know, we think are even up here on this pedestal that we put, and they don't even do what you're doing, man. So I just got to say, it is a beautiful thing.
Thanks, bro. I appreciate it. And I look at opportunities. How can I give back to the community, right? And, you know, when you look at the companies that we can pay for advertising and marketing, you know, like YouTube and Meta and other social media platforms, you could pay a lot of money for that marketing. Or you can take that opportunity to invest that money into things that can be given back to the community. And you can still find a way to parlay some of the profit from that into helping people, which is what we do. To date, we've given away over $12 million worth of stuff, you know? And so we find creative ways to give back to the community and still find ways to give to charities. And to me, it just makes more sense. I mean, you know, Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and all these companies, they're multi-billion-dollar corporations. Like they really don't need any more of my money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when I come into a situation where I have a car, I can trade that car in, I can sell that car. Sometimes I just acquire a car. I just acquired another car a couple of days ago that we're going to have on the next raffle. I'm not going to announce what it is yet, but it's a big one. And that's going to be probably in about 6 months. But I say, look, I can sell this and make a couple dollars profit, or I can raffle it and donate money to underprivileged children, and somebody like yourself, off of one raffle ticket, win a brand new car, you know, or obviously in your case, sell it for cash and take the cash. But just opportunities for people, you know, and a lot of people, they never win anything. You know, a lot of good things don't happen for them. And so just to be able to have an opportunity for somebody who may be in a situation that they can't even see their way out, or somebody who's doing pretty good, but may not be able to afford a vehicle for a loved one or a family member or a kid that's in college or whatever the case may be. I just say, man, these are great opportunities to help and give back and be of service to others and practice what I preach, because whether I raffle this car off or trade it in, it's going to be the same difference, you know? Yeah. So you might as well just find ways to give back. And so we can just continue to look for ways to give back all the time. And this time we're giving away the Mercedes-Benz AMG, which is a beautiful car. And I think a lot of people can afford it, especially since it has a full warranty, bumper to bumper.
Love it, man. That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's just trying to give back. I think a lot of people forget about one important thing in manifesting, and that's service to others. Now, service to others can be many different things. You don't have to have a lot of money to be of service to others. Yep. It's just that to whom more is given, more is required. You know what I mean? Right. And I've been blessed. I've been very fortunate since I was young. I mean, I started my first company when I was 12. You probably heard my life story before. Yep. And I was making more than my parents by the time I was 13, right? Moved out when I was 16, ran several profitable corporations, had one of the very first .coms that ever existed in 1997 and built that into a multi-million-dollar corporation. I've made a lot of good moves in my life. I mean, I can go on and on and on. I've had a lot of downs too. Things have been blindsided me and knocked me down, make me want to quit. But I said, no, I'm resilient. I'm going to show these people and the universe what I'm really made of. So when somebody comes and tries to knock me down, I'm like, is that all you got? You know what I'm saying? Is that the best you can do? Because watch what I do. Watch my magic. Watch how I operate. Watch my mindset. Watch my mental toughness, how I pull through all of this and come out on the top, still shining nonstop. And all you see is this elevation.
Yep.
That's all you see, you know? And so, but again, it's all about, man, the service to others part is really important. Behind the scenes, I bought people houses, I bought countless amounts of cars, I've donated money, I've done prison drives for books, I've done homeless drives for socks. I think we gave away 10,000 pairs of socks. I've done raised money for the hurricane victims and Hurricane Maria, Hurricane Harvey. I mean, but all this stuff is not bragging. It's like, you have to do this on the same scale of blessings that you have. Like, you're not going to see me living at this level and then like handing a homeless man a sandwich. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, if I'm on the level where that's all I can do, okay, well, I'm going to hand this guy the sandwich because that's still massive based on the scale where I'm at.
Right.
Based on the scale where I'm at now, handing one guy a sandwich is not going to cut it. You see? So I have to help. I'm here, so I have to help as many people as I possibly can. That's why I pay final notice electric bills every year. We just got done paying a whole bunch of electric bills from people who are getting their electricity cut off. We log in and we pay it ourselves, or we call in and pay it by phone.
Man,
we do all these things because I'm here. I can't just walk around like giving out my leftover pizza to a guy on the corner.
Right.
That's not the level I'm at. If I'm at that level, that's fine. But I'm here, you know what I'm saying? So I continue to try to find creative ways to give back.
Love it. Shit, man, you're doing more than our own government does. So.
Appreciate it. I wish they had our mindset. If the government had the mindset that you and I have, this would be a totally different planet.
Bro. Amen to that. Amen.
Yeah.
But it's like totally something, this system of fear is a belief system in fear. So once we realize that this system out here is merely a reflection of the inner system, and once we start healing that, that's when we make the shift. And it really is an inside job. Doesn't mean an inside job that we go, work in the government and change it that way. No, it's an inside job. So.
Exactly. I love it, man. I love it. Another amazing podcast, man. Tell everyone where they can find you.
Yeah, man. I mostly use Instagram. Instagram, you can find me on TikTok, also YouTube, and all the music streaming services, Austin Alchemy. That's where y'all can find me. I'm always posting content on my Instagram page as far as, how to manifest law of attraction. I post my music. Also right now, like me and one of my friends, Kevin, Aquavision, we're creating a course for music artists. So, a lot of music artists, can't afford to go pay mixing engineers. Some of them don't know how to mix. So what we're doing is creating a course that teaches artists how to do it themselves by approaching it with a holistic spiritual approach that we call sonic philosophy. So a lot of content like that is what you'll find on my page.
Amazing, man. Amazing. Guys, make sure you follow Austin Alchemy. I'll make sure that we add that Instagram account to the caption of this video. And Austin, man, much success to you. Many blessings, man. You're an incredible human being.
Thank you so much, man. Right back at you.
All right. Guys, that's another great Forbidden Knowledge podcast. I got to go to dinner tonight, so I got to get out of here. But I want to thank you so much for joining us tonight. Hopefully you got some information that you can actually utilize in your life, some knowledge that you can impart to others, some things that you can utilize to drop seeds out there so that people can water them and let the seeds grow. You can't water the seeds for them. You can drop the seeds, but they have to water their own seeds, and you can watch those seeds grow. All right. We appreciate you guys. We love you. Don't forget the Forbidden Conscious Awards 2023. I want to see y'all there. ForbiddenKnowledge.com.